Salut, c'est Stéphane, and today we're going to do the only stretch routine you'll ever need to know. So of course, this needs to be as a recovery session after a workout, or you need to warm up right before you do that stretch session. So without further ado, let's get started. So first, we're going to lie down on our backs. What I want you to do is bend your left knee, put your hands around your knee, and bring your knee into your chest. Nice and slow. And you're going to hold it for about 10 to 15 seconds. All the stretches, about 10 to 15 seconds. Should be enough. Once you're here, with your left hand, you're just going to pull your knee out to the side. Try and get a stretch, gentle stretch on the inside of the leg, your adductors. The other arm can be just resting on the floor on the side. And just bring your shoulder blades together. Breathe in nice and easy. After 10 to 15 seconds, bring your knee to the opposite side. Change hands. And let your hips rotate slightly to the side. Now you want to feel a stretch on the outside of the leg, on the glutes. And you're going to just extend your left arm over to the side and turn your head towards that left side. Let your knee drop towards the floor and your hips slowly turn. 10 to 15 seconds. Let's do the other side. Grab your knee. Pull your knee into your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Reset your neck. Breathe in and out. Now let go of your left hand. With your right hand, pull your knee to the outside. Rest your left arm on the floor. Let your inner thigh just stretch out, your adductors. Once you're done with that, bring your knee back to the center, switch hands. Roll your knee over to your left side. Let your hips turn. Now you shouldn't have the opposite shoulder, so in this case the right shoulder, you shouldn't have it come off the floor. Keep that shoulder nice and tight over on the floor. Extend your arm to the side and turn to your right. Just rest in that position, feel the stretch in your glutes. This should feel good. Maybe tight, should not feel painful. From this position, what you're going to do is use your knee to sit yourself up, so you're not using your lower back or not using too much of your abs to do that movement. I'm going to bring your feet together, hold your feet with your hands, and stand nice and straight. Bring your shoulder blades together, and you should feel a stretch on both sides on the inner thighs. Now, if you don't, you can use your muscles to pull your knees down towards the floor. Breathe in. And relax. So now you're going to bring your knees together and bring the right ankle underneath the left knee, and you're going to turn around to face behind you. Keep your lower back nice and straight. Try and make yourself as tall as possible. Rotate and breathe into the stretch. This should feel, again, nice, comfortable. You shouldn't be tweaking any of your joints. This should be a nice stretch, perhaps over the glutes, perhaps in the middle of the back as well. But it should not be painful. From this position, we're going to turn around, rotate, and we'll end up on our left leg. Take the right foot off the floor, And just think about digging the heel as deep as you can towards the floor, feeling a nice stretch into the calf. Now rest into that stretch for a few seconds, 10 to 15. Once you're done with that, bring the right knee forward and you're going to get into a lunge position. So right here, what I want you to focus on is making sure that the hips are rotated in that direction. So posteriorly, try not arch your lower back. Just stay nice and upright, as tall as possible, as stacked as possible, and you should feel a stretch in that left hip. Now, if you don't feel comfortable being high, you can put a towel underneath your knee and just go down, put the knee down on the floor. Breathe into this. One way to get a deeper stretch is just to move forward if you need to. And once you're done with that, we're going to sit back and bring our knees together again. And this time work on the other side. Bring the left ankle underneath your right knee. Turn around, grab that right knee. Rotate and stretch. Try and bring that right shoulder blade towards the back. Don't let the shoulder drop forward. Look behind you. And just enjoy the stretch. From this position, just like the other side, we're going to rotate, and this time we'll end up on our right foot. So left foot off the floor, dig the right heel into the floor. This is a good opportunity to compare the left and the right. Perhaps that right side is a little bit tighter. In that case, feel free to hang out in that position a little longer. From this position, bring your left knee forward, get into a lunge. Stand nice and upright. Make sure that you're not arching your lower back. Keep the core tight. Shoulder blades stacked down. And let your hips drop towards the floor to get a nice stretch on the right hip. If that position is uncomfortable, feel free to bring the knee down. And if you want more of a stretch, just bring that front knee forward and bring your hips forward as well. Ten to 15 seconds, breathe into it. Good, from this position, we're done with the floor, so we're going to stand up. Now we're going to stretch the quadriceps. You're going to just simply grab one ankle. You could grab the foot, but with the ankle you'll have a better stretch. And bring your knees to the same plane. This is a great opportunity to use that back ankle to help you stand nice and upright and straight. You should feel a stretch right there, either from the top or down to the bottom of the thigh. And let's just change sides. Grab your ankle, bring your knees to the same plane, engage your core, stack your shoulder blades together, stand nice and tall, tuck your chin in, and breathe. Now remember, we're doing that for the health of the joints. We're not looking into tweaking the joints. Don't go too far. We're there to stretch the muscles and make you healthier. I'll put your foot down and let's finish with a good stretch of the upper body. So starting with the triceps, we're going to bring the arm back. Now I need you guys to be careful with that. Don't be tempted to bob your head forward. You're bringing the elbow behind the head and not the head in front of the elbow. If your elbow can't go further than that, that's okay, as long as you feel a stretch right behind the arm. Good. And let's change arm. Great. Getting on to the next stretch, we're going to stretch the lats right here. They're often really tight. If you work in the office or if you're a cyclist, if you're a bodybuilder, if you're a runner, basically they're always tight. 10 to 15 seconds, breathe into it. Now let's change side. Nice and deep. This is where you need to feel the stretch. You'll feel it perhaps all the way down to the hip. Every time you exhale, try and go a little deeper into the stretch. And rest. Let's finish our stretches with a chest stretch. So we're going to find ourselves a wall. From here, place your arm against the wall. You're going to rotate away from the wall, and you want to make sure that that shoulder is not turned inwards. That's a bad position for the shoulder in general, so we want to keep it what I call open, and you're looking for a stretch right across the chest, right here. And that should feel really good, especially if your workout consisted of some push-ups. And let's change side. So just facing the other way, arm flat against the wall, rotate away from your arm, keep your shoulder open. In that position, I even feel a stretch into the biceps as I stretch that arm together with the shoulder. And that should feel really good. Great, and slowly let go of that stretch. So there you have it. This is the only stretch routine you'll ever have to remember. À bientôt. Salut, c'est Stéphane. Ciao.